Right, what I'm going to try and do is to make a beaker out of this bit of cherry, or part of this bit of cherry, so like that bit, and I'm going to try and do it on my old lathe here. Admittedly, the Vikings would have used pole lathes rather than lathes that go round and round constantly in a constant rotation. But as I don't have a pole lathe, but I do have one of these lathes, this is what I'm going to use. Right, so I'm just going to take a wild punt at the centre. It matters all that much at this point. I would have done it between centres like this, and I'm not going to do it all between centres. The reason is, on a pole lathe, you'd be able to work right into the inside there, and then because it's only going slowly, like that, you'd be able to nip off the end and then finish it off by carving it out. That's not really an option with this. If I tried to work boring through the end there, at some point it would just go and zoom off. I've seen quite a few YouTube videos on people making beakers and cups, and I've read a few books on it, and I don't really like any of their methods, so I'm just going to make something up. So here we are. That bark comes off in ribbons and whack me on the finger. Yeah, and I'm a big baby. Okay, so my plan is now to put the screw chuck in there, and then to bore out the middle here with some kind of drill bit. I'm going to put a chuck in here and try boring through that, and we'll see what happens. Next time round I'm going to put the screw chuck in first, because that is disastrous. Look at that. Now, I mean, in turn that means that hole there's not going to be true. Yeah, so I'm squaring all this up again. What I'm hoping to do is to drive a Forstner bit in there. Do we reckon this will work? Don't know. Let's see what happens. Heat's going to be the big problem. I don't think that's a go as it is. Let's try a smaller one. Right, well that took out it took out a fair amount of material, let's say. But this bit's too hot to touch now. Right, I'm going to go with smaller again, and we'll see what happens here. That's more successful. I think the way to go is to use that to bore out the middle, and then work in with the gouge, I think. Right then, having got that far with that one, I'm not happy with it. It's not good enough. So I decided to start again with I found some slightly bigger bits of cherry. I'm going to cut this into something like, I'm going to cut the end off where it's split there. Hopefully find some soundwood further in. I'm going to cut it into roughly 7-inch sections, and I'm going to mount it on this faceplate that I found, and I think I'll have a much better time trying to do it using this than with that screw chuck. This bit of wood is too big for the chop saw, so things with time. Sure, this is going to be much cop. Got quite a lot of rot here. See, there might be enough in the middle for a cup. Anyway, I'm only practicing. So we go 8 screws instead of 1 with the previous effort with the screw chuck. I think that'll be quite interesting to see how that works. So close. I could just turn this round, this whole thing moves round, and I could turn it entirely as a bowl, but I want to be able to use the tailstock with the drill in it to hollow out the middle. That's still my plan for that. So if I can persuade it in here, that's going to be the way to go, I think. That's it. Oh, that's going very nicely. Yes, very good. I think we have a technique. So we're cool. So this is me practicing with a skew chisel. It's something I can't remember how to use. When you get it right, it's quite rewarding. So I'm rubbing the bevel, picking it up, and I'm trying to cut roughly in the middle, and about 45-degree angle. That should be 45 to that. When you get it right, you get a lovely smooth cut, and when you don't, you take a chunk out of the wood. Yeah. Cool, happy with that. I'm going to slight undercut on the bottom. It looks nice. this out the way. And I shall use my other speed, because I can. 2 speeds. So most lathes got about 5. Right, I'm going to try that. This isn't running quite true now, which is troubling me slightly. There we go. I'll drop the speed back down. Yeah, it's oscillating now, so we're going to have a wonky cut here. Something I've just noticed, the screws on the back plate have come slightly loose. I don't know if that's because of the oscillation or whether that's causing the oscillation. So what I'll do next time is make sure that this is flat where it mates up against the faceplate. That would really help, I think. There we go. Right, sanding time. This is one of my favourite finishes for metalwork. It's liquid beeswax with terps, and that's all that's in it. It's great stuff. It's a bit solid because it's cold. I've not tried this ever. I've not tried this ever before. It's not as scary as it looks, because as I get towards the middle, it's rotating slower, in effect. A bit concerned about that spiky bit there. There we go. Yeah, see that rim is really bugging me. It's thicker here than it is here. But I got the shape about right. I'm quite happy with that shape. So the original way they would have done it on a pole lathe would have been between centres for the whole job, and they would have worked in all the way, and there would have been this little nub on both sides. And I think they would have had a hook knife to take the one out from the middle. Makes a change from the usual metalwork. that's my interpretation of a Viking style wooden beaker. From that lump of, one of these lumps of cherry to that. It's far from perfect, but yeah, for first go I think it'll do. I think next time I'll be more careful about making the wood, the raw piece of wood, flat where the faceplate screws onto it, and possibly use chunkier screws as well. So that's faceplate coming loose at one point and then making that oscillation. That's what's ruined the rim really. Apart from that, not too bad. Yeah, I think that, and the hollowing out techniques, that worked quite well. So yeah, learned a lot. I enjoyed that. Right, I'll try it out. Cheers.